Hi, it's Mark here from More Clients Fast, and I've got a really quick video I made because I had a lot of people email me in the last week about an email that I sent out about getting more conversions, especially through people's websites and so forth. And people actually email me saying, what does conversions mean and how do we do them? So I'm going to give you some examples here and some real life case studies, you might say. So split testing for higher conversions, which equals more sales. So let's say you've got a website here and you're getting about 1,000 visitors a month to this website. What we're going to do is, in the first website, which is pretty much how you've got now, we're going to split test that against changing a few things on that website to see what we get. So in this example, what you've already got, let's say out of 1,000 visitors, you're getting a 3% conversion rate at 30 sales. What we do is we tweak a few things on your website, and what we end up getting is higher conversions. So 6% conversion rate or 60 sales. Now, the important thing to note here is that you haven't spent a single cent more on any advertising to get more website visitors. Not a cent. All you've done is you've changed and tweaked a few things on your website. Now, I don't say just change one or two things, change a few things, test it, and then next month a few more things. Come back and see which ones converted the highest. So sometimes you find that your conversion rates will go up over 10%, and in some cases even higher, depending on how, slack your site might be currently performing currently. So the winner here is obviously the 6% at 60 sales. So what do you test? Now here's the nitty gritty. Test your headlines. And I'm going to give an example here of what I did with a dentist that I worked with a while back. When I first started working with him, the headline on his website was "Welcome to ABC Dental." So I'm not going to mention his practice, I'm just going to call it ABC Dental for the example. What we did is we had a discussion. He's very knowledgeable on dentistry, he's been around for 20 something years, I can't remember exactly. And we agreed to try this. He wrote a short article on this heading, is what we changed it to. Here's 7 things you can do to spend less at the dentist while obtaining the highest quality treatment. Now, can you see how that is so much more attractive than "Welcome to ABC Dental"? And can you see how that might want to compel someone to want to read and see what comes next? Especially if you go to the dentist, everyone knows they're outrageously expensive. So there's a good headline that we used and it worked. Number 2 is the offer. Typical offer that I saw the other day was a tyre place. It says call and book to have your tyres for 10% off, or new tyres for 10% off. Well, big deal. Everybody offers 10%, don't they? Here's the thing that really got me. I saw an ad on TV, which really was a very good ad, because I very rarely see good ads, and when I do, they really hit me and I remember them. Basically what it was buy 3 tyres and get your 4th tyre free. 4 new tyres for the price of 3. Offer ends this weekend. This guy's done a couple of things that are really ingenious about his ad. Number 1 is he's giving you a tyre for free, so it's a compelling offer. But the other thing he's done here is he said offer ends this weekend. So we had to hurry down there and get it this weekend if you wanted that. So if people are looking at getting their tyres done this weekend, can you see why they'd probably go to this guy? So little things like that. Now the next one is, what's your call to action? And I can't believe how many people, including large companies I've worked with, that don't have a call to action. So here's what we did with the sales company. What their call to action was sign up for our latest sales newsletter. Now these guys specialize in training people on cold calling. So their main target audience were cold calling companies. Kind of a little bit unclear when you see that sign up for our latest sales newsletter, because I don't know what that says to you, but to me it says, well, I'm going to get a sales newsletter. I don't want to be sold to. So here's what we changed it to. Get free access to the cold calling secrets even the gurus don't know, that will make your cold calling easier and more enjoyable. Can you see why I'd probably, if I was a cold caller and I wanted to be better at my job and make more sales, can you see why I'd be more attracted to that? So, what's your call to action? In this case, the call to action was to opt into their web form, and it could be anything. It could be to click on this button, it could be to buy this product. Whatever it is, work out what you can use. Just sit down and write down for half an hour a whole bunch of different scripts and different headlines or offers that you can use to compel someone to take action. Next one is video content. Now, many of your competitors will have video on their websites, but what are you going to do that's different? Most people videos will have details in there about what they do. Well, so what? We clean carpets, we spray this, we do that, we have truck mount machines. Well, the next guy's going to say that, the next guy's going to say, the next guy, so what? Here's one thing you can do that's very easy. It's almost free. All it costs is your time to travel or ask the clients to do this. But here's something that works really well. case studies or testimonials. And all you do is you literally pick up the phone, ask your clients, your very happy clients, the ones that have already purchased your product, a couple of questions, and you can record this over Skype, or you can just get them to record it via a mobile phone. Mobile phones are fine. You don't need a video production to do testimonials. A poor quality one is fine for testimonials. They work really well. And here's the thing, people won't believe if you say you're the best. Now, if I'm trying to tell you should come and use my marketing company over at More Clients Fast, we do this, blah, 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 of course I'm going to tell you I'm the best. I'm not going to say, well, I ran second to this guy last week, am I? So that's why people don't believe it. But when your customers say why they used you, the problems they had before, how you fix those problems and why they recommend you, potential customers are going to believe that a whole lot more. So there's just one example there. Number 5, web forms. My goodness, sign up for our newsletter is the most common thing I see. How many times have you signed up for a newsletter? I'd be willing to bet probably not even once, neither have I. So I'm going to show you before and after web form of the one that I used to use. I mean, I tested quite a few, but here's one of the ones I had before. It was Get More Clients in 7 Days. I had a quick audio there with an image of a book, which had, this is my first go at a book I had for marketing, was didn't do very well, to be honest. It really, I can't remember the exact stats, but I know it was well over 200 visitors to get one opt-in. What I have now on my website is this, where it says, need new clients fast? Here's 50 ways to get new clients valued at $997, which was the price of the course I used to sell. And what I've done is I basically compiled it into an email once a day series, which people get information on how to bring in more customers. So I've really pulled out the best stuff out of that course I had and really shortened it. And I found that 1 in 4 to 5 visitors opts in for that web form now. That's a staggering difference. So we've split tested those things. Now, order buttons or buttons on your website. Most people don't realize you try different colors, rollover images. Rollover images are the ones where you hover over them with your mouse and they move, or the words in those things. But what do you guys always have? The word submit. Now, submit subconsciously means you've got to submit. I don't care what you think about that, it's not a good word to have on any button. Here's a couple of examples. Add to cart. Click here. Continue's a really good one. Click here to continue is an even better one I've used. For downloads, free copy, that image works well, a number of images like that. Get access now, need help. Next testimonial. Now here's the thing, if you're using PayPal, instead of the usual yellowish orange PayPal button, try this, order securely. Can you see how it's got a much better feel to it? Makes sense, doesn't it? Now 7 is page content. Most people say what? We are a blah 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 blah, which are basically the features of what you do. I don't care about the features. And a really quick example I've given this is a friend of mine who was in the US many years ago, he's an attorney. He went to buy a brand new Mercedes-Benz and it was really the top of the line S-Class. He walked in and this guy, a friend of mine, his name's Michael, he's got no idea about cars. So the car dealer saw him and said, introduced him and he said, well, if you're looking at this car here, it's a beautiful car, it's got this, it's got this, and it's got this. And my friend turned around and said, look, I don't understand anything about technology and all that. He said, I don't get that stuff. The guy said, okay, well, what you probably should know then is it's got this anti-lock braking system and blah, blah. And my mate Michael just said, look, stop. I just need to know 2 things. If I put the top down and I'm in that car driving around, am I going to look really cool? And of course the guy said, well, yeah, of course. And he said, if I put my foot down, does this car go really fast? And the gentleman said, yes. He said, great, I'll buy it. Because that was his benefits. The features were that it had, the big V12 engine. The features were they had this electronic thing. They're all the features. But what's the benefit of those features? That's what he missed out on. So, headline is a big promise. Now we deliver the big promise in the content that comes next. So here's an example. Here's 3 secrets to make your air conditioner use less energy while keeping your home cooler in the summer. And what happens there is, if I was looking at buying an air conditioning and I went to an air conditioning site and I saw that, can you see how that might grab my attention? Now I just came up with 3 things off the top of my head because I'm not an air conditioning specialist. But if you're an air conditioning specialist watching this, you would know what to put in there. And if there are benefits to a potential customer, you see how they work. Now, I'm going to do one extra thing. I've got an extra bonus here I'm going to give you. So number 8 is website landing and squeeze pages. So what's the difference between a landing page or a squeeze page and your normal website? So here's a website I found on the internet for solar panel specialists in the US. Now it's a nice looking website and all that, that's great. Here's an example of a landing page. So what we've done here is we have a testimonial giving some reasons why they chose this particular company, how good they were, why the difference was compared to others to them, and how they got a $597 voucher from this company that came off the price of their installation and so forth. And here, instead of getting people to call you or to have your sales staff convert them into a sale, it's literally get their name and number. Now the good thing about this is you're building a database, especially if they say no for now. You've still got them an email, you can then email to them. Won't go through the details now because I have sent some emails about that in the past, but that's why this thing works. So, make buying an easier process. Take control of comparing yourself with your competitors before your customers can do it. That's a big one right there. Show proof of why, usually in video testimonials. Convey exceptional value. Don't talk about the features, talk about the benefits. Take care of any objections, and usually with any business, you've only got a number of certain objections that continually come up. So figure out what they are. If you've been in business for 5 years, you don't know what the average objection is, you need to sort that stuff out. And the last one is make more sales from this. I'm Mike Brody, thanks for joining in. I'll catch you next time.